Hello everyone, our lesson today is the subject in grammar. I've got 6 questions for you. The first question is, what is a subject? Question number 2, do we always have a subject? And number 3, does a subject have types? Question 4, what do we use after a subject? Question 5, what can we use as a subject? Question 6, how long is a subject? So I wanted to look at the questions for about maybe 20 to 25 seconds, and then I will give you the answers. Okay, ready? Let's go. Yes. So the answers. What is a subject? A subject is one or more than one word. So a subject is one word, or a subject is more than one word. And this subject comes before a verb. So the subject comes before a verb. A subject is not always the doer of the action. So we play football. Play is verb, and we is subject. And as I said, the subject comes before the verb. So we comes before play. We is the subject, play is the verb. And we here is how many words? It is one word. And here, we is the doer of the action. Next sentence, I and my son is the subject, play is the verb, I and my son is the subject. I and my son, of course, is the subject, and it is the doer of the action. And here we have 4 words which make a subject. So the subject is more than one word. There is a book on the table. There is what is a subject, and this is the verb. There is not the doer of the action. It's not the doer of the action, and there is one word in English. So we is the doer of the action, but there is not the doer of the action, and there is no action in the sentence. I mean this sentence. There is no action in this sentence. Okay, let's move on. Do we always have a subject? No, we don't. We can make a sentence with one main verb only. So wait is a sentence, and this sentence gives me what? An order. We call it an imperative sentence. If you want to know the types of sentences, you can watch my videos on this channel, and I speak about V, SV, and SVC, and maybe some of you already know this. Does a subject have types? The answer is yes. A subject has 3 types. We can have a simple subject. We is a simple subject. Again, I put the answers in blue for you because the lesson is about the subject. Anything blue is the answer. So we is the subject. It is simple. Why is it simple? Because it is one word. I and my friends is the subject. Why? Because it comes before play. Play is the verb. I and my friends is the subject. How many words do we have? I and my friends. 4 words. So the subject here is compound. Compound means it is not simple. And also we have 4 words. A complex subject, this is the complex subject. Her son, who will love swimming, this is the subject, is, this is the verb, and young, this is the complement, which means what completes a sentence. So the subject here, how many words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's complex subject. And also we use who, and who is a relative pronoun. And if you use who, means your sentence is complex. So the subject here is complex. So of course here, we is the doer of the action. I and my friends, here, this is the subject, it is the doer of the action. Her son who loves swimming, this is the subject, but it is not the doer of the action, because we have no action in sentence number C, this one. Okay, what do we use after a subject? The answer is we use a verb. Number 5, what can we use as a subject? And this is very important. It means how can you start your sentence? Generally, we often use these words. So we use pronouns. So we use I, you, he, she, it, we, they. This is how you can start your sentence. So these are subjects, and we call them like subject pronouns. You can start your sentences with nouns. We can have one noun as a subject. So one noun means name, one noun as a subject, or more than one noun. And we put determiners before a noun. So anything before a noun, anything you write before a noun, you write or you speak, anything before a noun is what? Is a determiner. This means a determiner is an adjective. Why? Because it comes before a noun. So this is a long subject. A lot of amazingly positive people. The verb like, this is the verb, and this is the complement. So as you can see, this is the subject in blue. As I said, the answer is in blue. And we have noun, people is a noun, which is name, and then these are adjectives. Of course, here, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words, and 6 words make the subject of this sentence. So this is a very good subject. Again here, you can choose to put more adjectives if you want, or maybe more nouns to make it, more complex as a subject. How long is a subject? You can use a short or a long subject. And the longer your subject is, the better your English will be. But do not try to write a very long subject. Unless you are doing a high level, you can do this, no problem. Because you have to show the range in your writing or speaking. By range, I mean you have got very good language. You can write, good words and good sentences. Okay, so Kate, who lives in a beautiful flat in Birmingham and is studying English at America College, always, all this is a subject. And then we have a verb. What is the verb? It is likes. Of course, you don't need to write this if you are entry 1 basic or entry 2 elementary or entry 3 intermediate. This is level 1 or level 2. So this is a complex subject. It is long, and if you go up a new level, your subject must be better. So if you are entry 1, the subject is simple. If you are entry 2, the subject is compound. If you are entry 3, the subject is complex, and then more complex. And this is what we call the range. You show your English is better as you move from one level to another. Number 7, this one here, the table. So if you look here we have the subject, here we have the verb, this column, here we have the complement, and here, what is the subject? So if I say stop, what is the subject? 0. If I say birds fly, so birds is the subject, and it is a noun. This is the answer. Birds is a noun. Birds is the subject. Happiness is a noun, and this is the answer. Happiness is the subject. Happiness is a noun. Some people is the subject. Some people is a determiner and a noun. Some is a determiner. People is the noun. We is the subject. What is we? What is the subject? It is a pronoun. Muhammad is what? Is the subject, and Muhammad is a proper noun. To swing is the subject, and it is infinitive with verb. To infinitive with verb. Swimming is the subject. It is gerund, and gerund is a verbal noun. So as you can see, this is really interesting. It shows you different ways of starting your subject. Your sentence with a subject. How can you start your sentences with different subjects? And if you do this, it means you color your language, and you can show you are very good at English. Again, you can start with the verb and the pronoun. Can is a verb, you is a pronoun. This is the answer here. Great is my partner, so great is an adjective. Interesting people, interesting is an adjective, it's present participle, and it is like an adjective. And I explained this in my videos on YouTube, the difference between past participle and present participle. Anyway, interesting is a present participle, it's like an adjective. People is a noun. So the subject is what? Is adjective, noun. And here interested is past participle. Past participle is like an adjective. So we have got adjective and noun as the subject. And the answer is here. Slowly is the adverb of manner, which means how you do something. So if I say slowly did Ahmed enter the classroom. Now this is very high level. If you put the adverb of manner at the beginning of a sentence, you have to write the sentence as a question, but it is not a question. So if you look here, slowly did Ahmed enter. Did Ahmed enter is like a question, but I put full stop. I don't put a question mark at the end. So you make the sentence like a question, but it is not a question. Slowly did Ahmed enter the classroom, full stop. So the subject is, an adverb. On the table again is a phrase. What is a phrase? Preposition on, and then a noun together. Preposition and noun together make a phrase. So the subject is this phrase, and again it's not the doer of the action, and here even this one is not the doer of the action. Most of the time here we have the subjects at the doers of the action. On the table is a book, or is the book. This is like kind of language we use in poetry, or in romantic writing, or in stories, or in descriptions, but we don't use it like this in your writing in your exams, unless you get to write a descriptive maybe paragraph or something. Now the man who speaks French, this is a clause. Why is it a clause? Because it's not complete. It's clause. Clause is like a sentence, but it is not complete. So the subject, this is subject here. Subject is what? Clause. If you study well, this is a clause. This is the subject, and study well, and is sentence and then conjunction and pronoun. So this is the subject. So the subject, if you look back in here, the subject may be this, maybe 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 this. So the subject is not always are you, he, she, it, we, they. We have different ways of starting our sentences. We can use a simple subject. We can use a compound subject. We can use a complex subject. We can start our sentences with verb and pronoun. We can start our sentences with an adjective. We can start our sentences with an adverb. We can start with a phrase. The subject can be a clause. The subject can be a sentence and conjunction. So that's really good if you can start your sentences in different ways. And as I said, this is going to help you to produce a colorful language. Note, you don't have to learn all the subjects by heart, but it is useful to know how you can start your sentence in different ways. If you want to improve your speaking and writing, try to write sentences which are similar to the sentences in the tables. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you want to watch more free videos in future. And thank you very much for listening, and good luck.